Another form Titan video, and in this video we'll talk about map fields from Smartv and get data upon sign in. Now previously, if you used Smartv, the only capabilities you had was just get the contact ID. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's set up a Smartv here. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a Smartv. Okay, here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and configure Smartv on my contact object. Okay, so previously you'll be able to do this, and you'll be able to add contact ID, let's say email, and a secret key, and then let's even add something called account ID. Okay, for example, if you could have set this to email, you can set this to secret, and normally you would set this to value. But what if I wanted to get the account ID related to that contact as a value? Well, if you do this, it won't work. Now it will only give you account ID as the value. So what is the solution? To deal with this issue, what we did is we allowed the user to map the fields. So I'll give you a quick example how it's done. So if I get a hidden field here, and I'll call this account ID. Now if I go to configure my Smartv map fields, and I say configure Salesforce integration, you've got something called map fields now. Okay, so if you click map fields, set mapping, you can now set the account ID for the account ID. Okay, cool. So now it's going to pull through the account ID for the account ID. And if you click apply and finish, apply, and let's go ahead and try to log in. And what I'll do is I'll disable 2FA for now because we don't need it. But I'll preview this, and I'll type in my email address, and I go ahead and log in, and you can see now the account ID has been populated, right? So it brings back the account ID related to the contact I'm trying to log in. So just to recap, I'm actually trying to log in as Joe Blogs, and I can also bring back his account ID in just the one get. So here is my contact. I've set the Smartv on contact. Here's Joe Blogs. This is his account for my form Titan, and this is the ID here. And that's the point of mapping fields within the Smartv functionalities. You can click configure Salesforce integration. Any related fields, you can now directly map them to fields within form Titan itself and bring back data. In the past, what you would have to do to get the account ID is you would have had to do another get, and then you would have had to get the account ID. And that sort of becomes cumbersome because now you're doing two different gets to get the account ID. Well, to get around that issue, we've simply allowed you to map the fields directly to Smartv, so now you can bring the account ID as well as other fields out there. This is how it's done.